My name is Teddi Urriola, and I came here tonight with a speech that is kind of long, and I put it in your written testimony box. It's full of all kinds of statistics that many different people have touched on tonight. What I'd really like to do for you tonight is to put a human face on my classroom. I'm a teacher in the Rochester City School District, and I'm going to tell you a story tonight about 4 little girls and 4 little angels. These 4 little girls were in my kindergarten class and first grade class over a period of 2 years. After you've heard their story, I really want you to think about whether or not they needed Common Core, whether they needed more rigor, harsh and inflexible instruction, higher expectations, and more testing. Maya came to me in kindergarten. She's quiet. She had trouble learning, but didn't create any problems. She was never very clean or well-dressed. She was in my class again in first grade. I may have met the father and the stepmother once or twice in those 2 years. I found out at some point that Maya's mother had died before she came to kindergarten. On the last day of school, I got permission to take Maya out to lunch at Applebee's. We then went shopping at Walmart. Maya had never had little girly sneakers on or clothes. When we went to pick out the new shoes, she went to the boys' area. That way her brother could wear them when she outgrew them. I sent her into the dressing room with a couple of cute short sets and then asked the clerk to check on her. The clerk came back to tell me that she was wearing men's dirty underwear. I guess I needed to add panties to the shopping list. I gave Maya an angel to remember her mother and let her know that she was still watching over her and that I loved her too. Tashonda was always falling asleep in my class and never had her homework done. In fact, it was usually never even removed from her backpack. I called home one afternoon ready to give my teacher talk to Mom, and this is the story I heard. Mom got the kids up at 5 a.m. every day to take the bus across town to Grandma's so she could go to work. The kids then took the school bus back across town to school and then back again to Grandma's at the end of the school day. When Mom got out of work, she would then load them all back onto the RTS bus and take them home, only to have to cook, do laundry, give baths, and everything else that mothers have to do, and get them into bed, all to do it over again the next day. Homework really wasn't at the top of their to-do list. 2 years later, Tashonda's mom was murdered, shot on the front porch at a party. Another little angel. Even though she wasn't in my classroom any longer, I had formed that connection because of the one phone conversation, and I had learned not to be judgmental. Janelle was lucky. She had a mom and a dad. They were both educated, a 2-parent family. Dad was older and had retired from Kodak. He owned a cab, and he drove at night so that he could be with the girls in the day while Mom worked. He was shot and killed one night in the cab. I think it's still listed as an unsolved homicide here in Rochester. Another little angel. Daddy really loved you, and so do I. Rosanique lived with her grandmother. Mom was in and out of trouble and in and out of her life. However, she was still Mom. One of those times when she was in her life, she too was murdered. I think it was over drugs. Rosanique stayed in our school all the way through 8th grade, and she left last year for 9th grade. She came up to me one day before she left, and she told me kind of in secret, "You know, I still have that little angel you gave me on my dresser." I told her, "Mommy still loves you, and so do I. Keep your nose clean, make good choices. I'm here if you need me." William Bruce Cameron said, "Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts." I believe that I try to live this every day, and I am not unique. So do all the other teachers in the Rochester City School District who choose to teach in the city. This is a labor of love, not of rigor. Our school boards, who we would have turned to in the past to have asked questions about this curriculum, have been rendered powerless. The only people who can stop this train wreck, known as the Common Core, are you gentlemen seated up in front. Many of my colleagues tonight have talked about implementation and rollout. They've talked about adapting, but that's not possible. Common Core is tied to Race to the Top, and we promised when we accepted that money that we would follow all the tenets of Race to the Top. You gentlemen have the power to stop that, turn back the clocks, and get rid of Race to the Top and Common Core in New York State. I would like to conclude with this quote by Winston Churchill. All that is necessary for evil to win is for good men to do nothing. Please do something. Stop the Common Core. Thank you.